Hello everyone, this is Devan Edwards, aka Devan the Connector, connecting you to the knowledge that will empower yourself. And it's been a while since I come live. I just wanted to come live, check in with you guys, and share some insight that not only that I gained today on I was on a mastermind call, um, but just in life in general and how. So the topic is the 3 R's of transformation. I'm going to discuss a bit about those 3 R's and possible ways that we can actually transform our life, and possible and ways that I've actually transformed my life in many different ways. So I mean, if you're watching the replay as well, drop replay in the comments below. And yeah, so it's interesting, the 3 R's. So this was shared to us by a powerful leader by the name of Laquela Johnson, I believe. Hello, see in the comments below. There you go. So, and yeah, she was kind of really talking about the 3 R's of transformation. Like these 3 R's will really take you to where you want to go in every aspect of your life. And the first one was reinvention. And that one aligned with me because it's reinvention of mind, body, and spirit. And my mission is to help people build a stronger mind, body, and spirit. But really, what does that mean? You have to really dissect that and understanding that it all begins in the mind. Mastery of the mind, and then it begins with leads to physical mastery, and then spiritual mastery. And she mentioned a book, a few books actually. The Battle of Minds by Joyce Myers, and an audio book called The Four Agreements. You may have heard of that book. And there was another one called The 5 Second Rule by Mel Robbins. And the 5 Second Rule is interesting because I knew about that about 3 years ago when I was going through a lot of personal development, and I created a poem based around that concept, and that actually empowered me to push forward. I called it Only Takes 5 Seconds. And that poem, I wrote that for myself, to myself, and for others as well. I don't currently have this poem on me, but yeah, it's probably on my YouTube somewhere. But anyways, and embody, reinvention of your body. So, have you ever felt like sluggish, you're lacking energy? Um, However your body is feeling, however your state of well-being is not serving you in your habits. Is your habits healthy or is it unhealthy? It's as simple as that. Is this food that you're eating in alignment with your biology? Is this drink in alignment with the desired result you want throughout the day physically? You know, and it's funny because the reinvention involves a lot of consistency, and the consistency can be found in our habits. So I mean, ask yourself as well, like, what things in your life have you achieved that you realized you had to be consistent with? Like, what things in your life did you realize, okay, I need to change my perspective on this situation in order to grow from it. I need to change how I feel and think about this situation in order to grow from it. I need to be self-aware of my environment in order to grow within it and through it. And that even leads to the reinvention of the spirit, because when we're growing ourselves spiritually, what I realized, what's helped me even along my journey, is the self-awareness. Because I remember being in environments where people were thinking small. I remember working in a warehouse, and I just knew there was more to life. I knew, but I was locked down by people whose dreams were trapped in a paycheck. I was conforming to the things that were sold to me in school, and not really giving myself permission to have a vision for my life or have a direction. a clear direction. And then something changed, and that was in my environment. I was surrounded by people who had an abundance mindset, people who actually wanted more out of life, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, and people who had more out of life that I could seek to emulate and seek to grow from their understanding and from their wisdom. And yeah, so in that sense, when you're reinventing yourself, you also have to do stuff that will make yourself proud of yourself. Like, do something every day that will make yourself 1% better every day. And you have to identify it first. And even celebrate those small victories, because when you celebrate those small victories, and when you do that, just one small thing can make a big difference. One small victory can lead to big changes and a major transformation. And so the second thing is release. And what do you mean by release? Release would be releasing the things that are holding you back, releasing that negative spectrum of your why, because there's two sides to a why. The why can be what's helping you, and the other why is what's holding you back. So you got to release we have to learn to release what's holding us back. Identify, then release what's holding us back. I even did a video on how to release duality and balance the ego. And ego and the duality and limitations are aspects of our life which we have to release in order to go from it. And that can be in the form of these illusions we create for ourselves. It could be in the form of the fear, the anger, these things that really are hindering our mind, body, and spirit. And we need to understand that the solution came before the problem. So focus on seeking the solution, regardless of what situation you may be in, regardless of what your thoughts about the prospect may be. Because if you set the intention and put your attention to that intention, you're gonna naturally move on the path to finding that answer. But if you stray from that path, well, that's okay. You can just take a step back, review it, reinvent, release. And the next thing would be actually respecting the process and understanding that one thing that hit me was lessening your efforts doesn't increase your results. And I was like, oh. But I mean, you knew that, I knew that. But do we often do that? That's the big question. And it's really about doing more and putting yourself out there more, exposing the things you want to have, and having the faith. The faith meaning having the inner knowing and the inner experience. You know because you do, and you do because you know. And you experience and seek to experience more based on what you've experienced before. So respecting the process. And you can only respect something. So I mean, yeah, that's a great thing as well. Like, really, when you're respecting the process, ask yourself, which kind of people do you respect? Because I know for one, my girlfriend, she respects Beyonce for her work ethic. Like, Beyonce, for example, she's someone that has, if you look back at her career, she put in the hard work and the quality work, and her success is speaking volumes. And you can't do nothing but respect that, you know. Like who else do you listen to? Like Tony Robbins, you know about his story. You like which personal speaker? Even put in the comments below what person do you respect in your life? Like, really, like, put that in the comments below. The person you respect, their process, and how they go about walking in their truth. Because and again, respecting the process of the person in relation to the things you seek to attain. That's another key in terms of transformation. So if you're looking for a transformation in your health, seek someone who's actually been making a transformation in their health. If you're seeking someone who's made a transformation in their mind, and then seek someone who has made that transformation in their mind. If you're seeking someone who's made a transformation in their spirit, seek someone who's made that transformation in their spirit, and seek understanding and the opportunity for growth. So yeah, reinvention of mind, body, and spirit. Release the things that are holding you back. Could be dualities, limitations, struggles, slaveries. Because that's necessary for where you're destined to go. You know, and how you're destined to grow. Because even with these illusions and these dualities, they're not there to be feared. They're not there to stay with you. They're there to be mastered. So keep a little bin for them, you know, like, oh, fear, oh look, you can go into this bin. If you want to come back, I'll put you back in the bin. You have to have that. That's how you have to see things. It's quite funny, but yeah, transformation. I mean, I even remember there's a woman that did basically we hold a 7-day transformation challenge, and something hit me when she was going for a transformation, and the 7-day transformation transformed her life. She said she was able to, she lost a few pounds. She was able to run around with her children. And for that was something that was a big deal for her. She felt that she got her life back. Like how many people do you know want to change and want to really transform their life? Like who do you know whose life could change today if they even was watching this video? Whose life do you know that could change today if only they did these small steps? If only they decided that they want to read in spirit. Who do you know that today if it's time to sit down and ask what's holding them back, ask who's helping them forward, and identify which misdirected egos and identify those limiting beliefs, and that's holding them back from the next level. And being self-aware of the thoughts, your actions, your environment. And who do you know whose life can change today if they really just respected the process within their chosen career? Whose life do you know who could change today where they can really just accept that these are the ingredients for success, and whatever sacrifices have to be made on the way, those can be evaluated if they're in alignment with how you want to show up in the world. But there are certain ingredients that are required for certain things. If you're baking a cake, there's certain things that's required. If you're becoming a footballer, there's certain things that's required. If you're becoming a basketballer, there's certain things that's required for your success. But are you willing, coachable, and hungry? Are you ready, really? That's the ultimate question. Are you ready? And it's okay if you're not ready now. But are you preparing to be ready? That's the question. So, I mean, one thing I'll ask is, or ask you to ask yourself: Are you more of an observer or absorber? Because the things you observe can lead to a better transformation in your life as to just the things you connection. But yeah, are you an absorber or an observer? Because the more you observe, the more you can really learn from your environment, learn from where you currently are now, and how you can choose how you want to elevate from that moment. So meditate on it and elevate from it. That's what I always say. Whenever you feel confused or conflicted about something, meditate on it and seek to elevate from it. You can't stay in that one place. You have to move. Be impatient to success, but impatient to progress. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You'll get that soon. You'll get that soon enough. Don't worry. But yeah, so drop so whatever you what stood out to you more about the 3 R's of transformation: reinvention, releasing, or respecting the process. Which of these 3 R's of transformation stood out to you the most? Let me know in the comments below. This is Devan Edwards, aka Devan the Connector, connecting you to the knowledge that will empower yourself. Stay empowered, and just remember, the connection continues. Take care.